Hi, I'm Alex Strain.
I'm Tessa Bailey-Finley.
This is Mitch Margolis.
Hey, this is Corinne Casey.
This is Pedro Aldapa, first baseman for your Occidental Tigers, and this is a Tiger Talk special segment.
It's my pleasure to introduce Stephanie Gann, the 5'11" sophomore outside hitter on the volleyball team. Just wanted to bring Stephanie by, talk a little bit about tomorrow's Cal-Lu game. Of course, that's a big 1-2 SCIAC type rivalry game there. So interested to hear what she has to say about that, and just also get a little bit on how the season's going so far. So, Stephanie, first time on Tiger Talk. How does it feel?
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so just to lead off with a few stats real quick, you're second behind Logan Boyer-Hayes in pretty much all statistical categories. 211 kills, 2.71 kills per set, and you've scored 243 points on the season. So definitely great numbers there. As a sophomore, what's really been your role on the team this year, changing over from coming in last year as a freshman? What have you noticed you've had to step up and really change your game as you go into your second year now at the collegiate level?
I think especially with this year, obviously last year there was a lot of us coming in that were starting, and we were new to collegiate sports and collegiate volleyball, and we've gained a whole year of experience, and in that we have matured in a lot of ways, not only on our personal level but also on the court. And so I think this year we've been able to lead the team in a different way than last year.
And you definitely have had a good run at it so far, 14-7 overall. Of course, the 7-2 SCIAC record, the one that really counts the most. So tomorrow against Cal-Lu, I know you guys. I had a chance to call the La Sierra game. Unfortunately, you guys fell 3-1 in that, but then rebounded quickly. Actually, it was sort of an afternoon/night doubleheader type thing. You guys really rolled Caltech 3-0 in that one. Sort of what's been your approach really this week in practice, coming off of sort of a quick exchange there with two games, just on Tuesday, now having to play probably the biggest game of your season to date against Cal-Lu. What's been, Coach Collins, what's been her message this week in practice to get you guys prepared for Friday?
Basically our mantra for this entire season with practices has just been get after it, get after the ball, be aggressive, be the one on the floor, be the one calling the ball out loud. With the games on Tuesday, obviously La Sierra was a tough loss, but it's also a very rare opportunity that right after that kind of loss we get to rebound and go play another game and keep on working out the kinks. And so Caltech was an awesome opportunity for us to get back on the ball and get after it, which is exactly what we did. Yesterday in practice was an incredibly competitive practice. It was fast-paced. Coach was in our face. We were in each other's faces, holding each other accountable, and it was productive and efficient.
And also, let's talk about your teammates a little bit. This year, I've seen just a sort of a different approach to the Occidental volleyball team, really. Having Altman there, at the setter position, you guys are really able to work off of her a lot, and I could tell in the games that you've been able to win so far, everything really goes through her. Your rotation, your offensive set, the way that everything works is really all about, setting her up. So talk to us a little bit about Altman, but more importantly, too, the hitters like yourself, the Morts, and of course Katie Weiss coming in now as a freshman at 6'2", the tallest girl on the team. Talk to us a little bit about sort of that dynamic and just how you guys have transformed from maybe not necessarily a smaller team, but definitely this year having more size and being able to get it done with a dominant setter, and just girls like you can jump out of the gym and get a lot of those kills. We've got two of you guys with at least 2.5, 3 kills per set, and you and Logan Boyer-Hayes are both over 200 kills on the season. So that's kind of a big deal up front. Tell us just a little bit about what's been the difference in game plan from last year maybe to this year.
Well, first with Altman, a lot of people say that the setter is essentially the quarterback of the team. She's out there, she's running our offense, and 9 times out of 10 she's getting her hands on the ball on that second ball. And, again, it goes back to kind of your first question of the difference between last year and this year is that we have developed a foundation of trust amongst all of us, and so we definitely have a different rhythm out there on the court that has proven to be very successful for us. Katie coming in, she is one of our biggest players, no doubt, and she's proven to be a high impact player. It just goes back to what I was saying before with Altman and with the rest of our hitters. But setting up Altman, we need our defense, we need our back row, we need Madison Cassidy back there running our defense and getting balls up and that's how we've been able to operate.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we'll talk a little bit more about Cal-Lu for me. Of course, this is really a crucial game, not only because they're coming in as the #1 team in the SCIAC, you're the #2 team in the SCIAC, but also, I mean, how crucial, everybody talks about this in all sports, the seeding, coming into playoffs, how important that really is. And just give us a little bit of maybe not looking too far ahead, but definitely a playoff picture that really with this win, assuming you guys are able to pull it off over Cal-Lu, how does that change maybe your mental approach as well as just your ability to go into the playoffs with a much higher seed? Really what's the difference between entering, SCIAC with a 1 seed versus a 2 seed?
A lot of it is about confidence going into those playoff games. Cal-Lu has kind of always been that chip on our shoulder, at least for my last season there and for my season this year. They're obviously a big rivalry for all sports throughout Oxy. And that 1 and 2 seed, it's all about going in there with this idea that we are the best team in the gym and we will be leaving the gym still being the best.
Definitely. Just a little bit more on a personal level, just kind of want to give the listeners an idea to get a little bit, personal stuff on you. As a sophomore this year, you guys have players like Logan Boyer-Hayes and Jesse Altman, these older players, and obviously this season it's been successful, but of course, in years to come when you're not going to have those players, it's all about the Katie Weisses and the Stephanie Ganns and the younger players stepping up. So what have you done? Just give us maybe a week in your life, just real quick, kind of what do you do as a personal regimen? How do you train? And what have you noticed is like the biggest difference stepping up from playing a good brand of volleyball in high school, but also having to come in at the college level and being expected to contribute as an underclassman? What is that, what do you do on a weekly basis to get yourself ready for each game?
Well, I think at the core of everything is how competitive you are as an individual. It's about staying in the gym after practice is over. It's about being the first person in the gym. It's about weightlifting when maybe it's not scheduled and putting in that extra time and extra effort. And just having the mindset that in order to be the best, you have to put in the most work.
Do you find it difficult coming to a school like Occidental that's definitely heavy on the academic side of things to sort of juggle your class load as well as your extracurriculars and your athletics and everything else?
I think last year I definitely struggled in the beginning. It was definitely new to me just with my high school had an academic, rigorous program, but Oxy obviously brought it to a whole new level. I think this year I really learned to get it under control and just get your priorities straight.
All right, Stephanie, we'll definitely wish you the best of luck heading into the Cal-Lu game. I know you got to get to class now, so we're going to let you go. I'm going to throw it back over to Josh. We're going to talk a little bit more about the volleyball game coming up and sort of get our picks and ideas for Friday. But definitely thanks for joining us, and we hope to have you back soon.
Thank you. Come again.